You guys, it seems like almost every single year with a new team coming off of a reigning NBA championship, while the spotlight is respectfully put on them for being the best and last remaining team in the league, it is also immediately placed on them in the offseason as we all monitor what they are going to try to do to be able to repeat as champions. And regarding the most recent example of this being the 2022 Golden State Warriors, the majority of feedback we've received regarding their offseason has been very negative. And to all the people who have been downplaying the Warriors' moves this offseason, I can very confidently say that you need to relax. Because what's been on the horizon for the Warriors for quite some time is finally starting to catch the light of day once again, and it's only a matter of time before what Golden State has been trying to warn us about hits the league directly in the face. One sec though guys, if you haven't yet, don't forget to like the video if you do enjoy, subscribe, and turn on those notifications to never miss another NBA video. Love you guys. Our channel has been growing like crazy recently, you guys, and I truly cannot thank you all enough. And still, according to my numbers, over 95% of you guys that are coming back to actually watch the content haven't even subscribed yet. So again, thank you, I just cannot say it enough. But nonetheless, let's get back into the Golden State Warriors and their offseason that so many people are seeming to misunderstand. Because yes, at first glance, I can agree that their free agency recap doesn't necessarily look the best, as at the time I'm recording this, their departures in this offseason include the likes of Damian Lee, Gary Payton, Otto Porter, and even Juan Toscano Anderson. And while you can put a major focus on both Gary Payton and Otto Porter and explain how they were both vital pieces to this team's championship run, I think many were surprised to see both of them depart. And with their only free agency acquisition so far being Dante DiVincenzo from the Sacramento Kings, while most people can agree he will be a solid piece off of the bench, this doesn't really complete the puzzle of a repeating team in most people's minds. And as most of you know, we're now well underway into the NBA's annual Summer League, where we all get to take a very solid look into some of the up-and-coming rookies across the league. But the funny thing about this for the Warriors is that they're not yet focusing on any of their rookies, but they've been able to consistently give reps and build chemistry between a group of young prospects they possess that honestly not many other teams around the league can match. And to top it off, this group playing in Summer League is going to make up the core of one of the more interesting bench rotations out of any team next season, albeit too for the defending champions. And as it's pretty clear by now, the core of guys I'm talking about include Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and of course James Wiseman. Because for all of these guys who were lottery picks at one point and have still yet to relatively make an impact on the NBA court in their careers, they have been for the most part consistently showing us what they're going to be able to do for the Warriors this season when their name is finally called. And I definitely know that the classic quote of "it's just Summer League" will 100% find its way to the comments on this video as well. And while yes, we definitely need to take everything we're seeing with a grain of salt, there is also points that can be taken from it. Because to start with both Kuminga and Moody, who are coming off of their rookie seasons getting respective minutes from time to time for a reigning NBA champion, they both showed glimpses thus far of what they've learned and what they can be capable of. And then with James Wiseman, who I'm sure the majority of people forgot about making his return to basketball this week in the first time in what seemed forever, he had a solid return for what it's worth, and we're going to get into individual points that can be made for all three of these guys a little bit later in the video. But the funniest thing about this is that we've made it this far in the video without even mentioning the Warriors' first round pick this year in Patrick Baldwin Jr., who I will say has a lot of promise and can definitely be built into something with the ridiculous history of the Golden State Warriors player development. I mean, based on what Golden State's been able to do in the past with their late 20 selections, and on top of that, Patrick Baldwin once being projected a top 5 pick and the number 5 player in his graduating class, while he will be in the shadows over the next year or so, he's definitely someone to keep your eye on as well. But aside from this, getting into the actual rotation that we're going to potentially see Golden State throw at teams, that includes a bench of Jordan Poole, Dante DiVincenzo, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, and James Wiseman. I mean, realistically speaking, this 5-man rotation would be a dream scenario for any rebuilding team in the league, and we're talking about the bench of the reigning NBA champions. So yeah, for everyone that was thrashing the Golden State Warriors offseason up until this point, surprisingly, and it is so weird hearing myself say this, I think Summer League has given us all a little bit of a reality check. But still, there is definitely more to be said about all three of the young prospects that will be thrown into the rotation this year, so let's get into that. And to start with Jonathan Kuminga, while I am personally shocked at what I'm seeing, it seems that most people are more so upset with what they've seen out of him in Summer League thus far, with the majority of these points tying into his patience of play and shot selection. And while I can see why these points are being made, there's something that everyone also needs to realize with not just Jonathan Kuminga, but James Wiseman and Moses Moody as well, that how they're playing right now, again in Summer League, is going to be very far from how they are actually playing within the Warriors rotation in the regular season. Because I mean, in Summer League, it's crystal clear through watching that they are the heart and stars of this team. And I think it's safe to say that this is not something they're going to have to do in Golden State for an extended period of time. So honestly, there's nothing wrong with giving them the reps in this sense and seeing what they can improve on. But after getting kind of off track with that, hopping next into Moses Moody, this is someone a lot of people have referred to as the Warriors' hidden secret weapon. And it can definitely be seen why people are saying this with his improved ability to score from so many different areas on the court. And on top of this, his very underappreciated defensive abilities are going to make him a major asset for this team coming off of the bench. And of course, with James Wiseman, I mean, honestly, there is not much to say about him right now with just one Summer League game under his belt and not playing since the 2021 season. And as most of us know, he did have some pretty solid numbers in his rookie season with Golden State, but all the Warriors can hope for right now is that he continues to get the reps, looks good, and is ready for ball by October. But I think I can say that his ability to sit back and watch a championship run unfold over the last year has definitely helped his game in more ways than most people would anticipate. But again, to touch on Patrick Baldwin Jr., with not seeing much of him at the college level or even in Summer League yet, it's kinda hard to touch base on him. But if any of you are familiar with Patrick Baldwin and have anything to say about him in the comments, I would love to hear your thoughts. But anyway, regarding Golden State, they still have a lot of Summer League left to go. It's still a long time before the beginning of the 2023 season approaches. Just know, with some of the negativity you've seen revolving around the Warriors recently, that if they somehow haven't proven it to you yet, they definitely know what they're doing. But also, I am extremely curious to hear what your guys' expectations are for the young up-and-coming core of the Warriors this season. So please let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to have the biggest breakout for the Warriors off the bench this season and why? And also, just in general, what are your personal thoughts about the Warriors offseason up until this point? But again, you guys, if you haven't yet, don't forget to go down below and leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and of course, subscribe while you're down there. I mean, believe it or not, the 2023 season is already right around the corner, but we have so much to still talk about over the next couple of weeks. So, as I always say, you do not want to miss out. But also, I just wanted to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for watching. I appreciate all of you more than anything. You all know this, and I will see you guys in the next video.